Hello, howdy, hi, welcome. Come on in. Howdy, hi, welcome, come on in. I just missed my volume button and instead muted myself. Or at least muted my BGM like 14 times. It'll come back. It has to. But yeah, welcome. Howdy. Is there background music? Can you hear it? Did I just mute myself again? Oh, there it is. There it is. Alright. A fool. A fool and an idiot I am. Tickled that you all tolerate me. We are drinking some haterade this stream. We're gonna have a funny old time because I thought of something that would be very, very funny. And so we're doing it. Allow me to set the scene. So, the other week, made a tier list ranking the Guilty Gear Strive character designs. In general, everyone looks pretty dang solid in that game. That VOD's also doing very well. Someone must have shared it on a Discord or a subreddit or something, because it's got demonstrably the most views and comments of any of my VODs. You gonna interrupt again? Mr. Man. But yeah, so I appreciate whoever it is out there who did share that video. I know you hear it a lot. Make sure to like and share the video. You hear that all the time if you're watching YouTube videos. But personally, I can attest that sharing a video on a subreddit or something like that demonstrably does actually help. I remember when I still did Ruby content, I could always tell when a video made its way to r/Ruby for two ways. First way is that it would get an influx of mean comments, but it also meant it was doing really well. So yeah, I know you hear it a lot, but it's the truth. Share the videos. Share the videos and of content creators you like. Am I quiet or is the BGM quiet? Choral palette, or is it both? Can you not hear me? Do you need me to yell louder? I'll crank up my mic a little bit. My voice. How about now? How about now? Am I blowing out your ears now? Excellent. Alrighty. Perfect. So yes, the VOD is doing well, but I receive a comment on said VOD that truly initiated this whole idea. Boop. Here is the comment. It goes as follows. Was gonna go on about some everyone has their opinion shit, but the Asuka hate was so forced I'm convinced it was a front to rile people up. Of which I reply, bruh, that design's so dang ugly there's nothing to force. I could do a whole stream hating on that, lol. Just means you don't gotta worry about sharing him. And this person, Siphon Harapeko, what a name. Allow me to break character for a moment to make sure everyone knows that this is all in jest. The Siphon here, yeah, clearly just playing. They liked my reply, you know, they subscribed. I don't make videos or streams dedicated to hating on people, except for video game characters. So yeah, don't go being like, oh, this guy's a jerk. He's fine. They're fine, whatever their preferred pronouns are. But I replied to them like that, and then I was like, but what if I actually did? So, I am a whole stream shitting on this guy to truly prove, because there were other comments basically being like, he looks better in game and stuff, and if you like Asuka, allow me to break character again. If you like this guy's design, swell. I'm happy for you. You know what? I will give him this. The outfit, the white, red, black, and kind of orangey, goldishy of his like core design here, his core outfit. You know? Yeah, let me choose a color here. That part, that's a nice color palette. And yeah, I'll give you that. But now, I'm entering my character and dedicating a whole stream to shitting on this design. So let's fucking go. Legit, didn't even remember what the dude looked like. That was the thing, I got comments being like, the Asuka hate, and I was like, which one was that one? Yeah, his shoes are crazy, aren't they? So, things to hate on with Asuka. We'll start off. So while I like the color palette of his core, you know, area, in general, this color palette is complete ass. Yes, it's mostly because of this space bullshit he's got around. Like, it really is. It's like, you know, you'll see characters where their kind of deal is rainbow. You know, they're meant to be really colorful, and so they've got like every color on them. And they're always a bit of an eyesore. That's what he's like. Is he wanted every color on him, and it makes him an eyesore. Look at him from a distance. Ew. Heinous, horrible, bad. I hate the space cape, and that will be the core issue with many of my complaints. But also, like, what are you? So we got this, like, kind of priestly uniform, or is that just a school uniform? It comes off priestly because of the giant cross on it, and you got crosses on the cape. But then you've also got, like, monk robes. Pick one. You're trying too hard. Not to mention your book falling apart. Your book doesn't even fuck with you. Your book doesn't even want to hang out with you. But the weapon is absolutely part of the problem. This big dumb staff featuring a different shade of red. He's got all this red-orange across him. And then you come in with another shade of red on the staff. Ew. Disgusting. And then, oh, what if we made it fucking Christmas flavored and give these giant stupid hoopy-doos green lights? Not just big green hoops. LED lights, like a low-budget streamer with the lights going across their roof, you know, going across their ceiling of the room, so the whole stream is washed in this heinous teal lighting. He's got the gamer LEDs in his ugly ass weapon. A weapon that feels completely unnecessary considering all it seems to do is hold his book. No, you don't understand. It's like cards. Don't even know what this is, but this outfit is way too busy. It is! His silhouette, also the pink flower. A good segue into the pink flower. Okay, first of all, tell me, like, it's, hey, hey, Drakengard 3, can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change it a little bit so they can't tell. Like, that's just the gal from Drakengard 3. Oh, but it's not actually a flower, it's fucking wings. Get it? He's biblical. Biblically accurate eyeball over here with all the wings. It looks stupid, it's trying too hard. Why is it pink? Didn't have enough colors on you? Heaven forbid you go with the same color for two things on a character. What is this over here? Is this part of the staff or is it part of his jacket? It's hideous, whatever it is, and I hate that these big crosses on his design are once again another shade. Between the cross on his chest, the crosses on his jacket, and the yellow in his scepter, we've got 3 different shades of gold. Oh, and the gold on his book, which, by the way, Drakengard, can I copy your homework? That's Vice. You can't fool me, you copycat. You will never be as cool as Near Boy. It's pink because he's a feminist / lying. Why is the weapon a staff? That book there is a big important part of the story and that's why it's there, but for some reason he can't just use the book as the weapon. He has to make the book be a staff. Because see, that's the thing. If he actually just used the book, then they would wander a little too close to the legal bullshit line of, hey, you stole this idea from Yoko Taro. You could practically see Emil's face. in the book right there. Gotta give it a staff to hold the book so that we dodge those cease and desist bullets. I hate these belty shits across the jacket as well. As if the jacket itself wasn't already enough by being this dumb fuck shape and also with space. You gotta have these trying to crank on Soul Bad Guy and Johnny's designs. Oh, it looks like a 13-year-old designed this. How do I make it cooler? How do I make it a Guilty Gear character? Add buckles to no belts. What you gotta do? Gotta buckle your jacket closed in case you get cold, you fucking pussy. Totally subtle religious imagery. The staff is part of his moveset for like 2 out of 50 moves. And yeah, someone mentioned it before. What are those? What? You fucking Sonic character ass. And I think I said that in the first stream as well. You have this whole religious getup. Fucking Sword Art Online ass. I am the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, ruler of all religions. I am creator of Samsa and reincarnation. And I made my tennis shoes. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Look at those things. Fucking Sonic character looking bullshit with just fucking tennies. Just trainers, Nikes. The least impressive shoe you could have put under any of this bullshit outfit. Not even space themed. Wow, that does look bad. See? He does have, yeah, leather gloves. And Sonic shoes. He is a cartoon. A cartoon character. Desperately wanting to copy Yoko Taro-sama's coolest design elements. But that's not all. Oh, he looks better in game. Oh. Does he? Now, perhaps this screenshot just isn't doing him any justice. What, considering that the light has blasted out the fucking opacity on his skin, so he's bioluminescent. Downright, Michael Bay would cum himself from how much bloom this boy gives off. Ew, but this actively makes this worse. So, the jacket is bullshit over here, but it's bullshit in a way that hides how bullshit it truly is. This, when you can fully see the jacket, this thick plasticine, crappy, it's like a burlap sack shittily draped around him. Does it float? Does his jacket, does his little cape float like Doctor Strange? This is how the jellyfish attract mates. I think his design is fitting given that his gameplay is a random bullshit go. I mean, yeah, considering his whole outfit is random bullshit go. What's with the texturing? Yeah, and maybe this, yeah, we'll ignore the textures for right now, but that, it doesn't hide. First of all, these sleeves are fucking stupid, and I do get that that's just like kind of a Howery kind of deal, but this like white, little bit of red, black, that looks dumb. He looks dumb in motion. He already looked pretty stupid statically, but this created a much nicer separation of these colors. Just standing around, his arms look so short. T-Rex man, bumming around with his little T-Rex arms. And once again, this space is so bad. He comes with his own backdrop. It looks like he was green screened in front of, like he's on a Zoom meeting call, and he green screened himself to look like he's in space, and then he made a shitty cape out of that green screen, which also being in the third dimension only highlights some of the stupider elements of this design. First part, these crosses that pretend like that they're keeping the cape on him. This cape is too big for him. He cannot wear this cape. Is it actually like Doctor Strange? I'm here, wait, why the color look bad? This might just be the screenshot. I've got another one where he does look a little bit better. But I felt this one was notable because it just shows off how fucking ugly this cape is, how gigantic it is around him. You belt his collar closed and he could just slip right out of it. Just stapled the cape on. I'm not sure it hangs on him. I'm fairly certain it floats around him. And by the way, it just makes being in the third dimension just shows off how clunky and bad these chains do look surrounding him. They're too bright. Even with like more subtle colors, like having belt across you like that looks bad. But also, this shows off these big pauldrons, shoulder armor, bullshits. There's so many belts, but none of them go to anything. This giant metal coin, both of them are belted down. For no reason. Why? This is like in a game that it's got quite the belt fetish. Let's be honest. This design is actively like it's as if a hater designed a character. Like this is what all Guilty Gear Strive characters look like, and covered him in useless, ugly belts. It's his security blankie. It's definitely the stage doing the lighting. well, that's good. That's good that no matter what, as long as you're bumming around in whatever stage this is, homeboy is gonna end up looking awful. Not a single color, like, good, the yellow, orange, red, and white is good, but the galaxy is, I know, the galaxy, it's just so too much. If you wanted to have galaxy, the rest of his design should have been a lot more limited in terms of color palette. Having just, you know, black and white, and then space, that would have been swell. And then the pink wings in his eye, hey, that's pretty cool, but they didn't do that. They were like black, white, and orange, and yellow, and red, and here's a version of him with better colors. The space gets fucked. The space, admittedly, like, making it more bluey looks much nicer against his, you know, very warm color palette. But this space does look prettier, so it's kind of a lose-lose. And just look, it's not hanging on him at all. This jacket it's a Doctor Strange cape. It just is, and the eye looks so, like, it's so too much. I don't know what I'm looking at. He's holding the book here. Wait a minute. He can hold the book. The space isn't even, it's got these dangles. Looking at this character in motion would be a nightmare, because he's got everything moving on him. This big, dumb, giant cape, honestly, without the cape, this would be mid, but not worth ranting and raving about. But the cape, I think it's Chanel. She got that, you know, famous quote. Before you leave the house, remove one article of clothing. Remove one item, one accessory, one thing. Because people tend to overdo it with accessories and such. This guy just needed to remove the one thing. The jacket that is 98% of his whole ass design. Like, tell me you are relying on... He makes his whole personality this jacket. This jacket is to him as a fedora is to any loser nerd on 4chan. You know what I'm saying? Cut all this out and you've got just a boy. Keep it all in and you've got one of the ugliest designs I've ever seen, and it still doesn't fix his fucking shoes. Can't unsee the goddamn sneakers. Yeah, this is real. This is a screenshot from the game. This is a gameplay. This is just what he wears. You know, the whole space gimmick. And then just Jordans. I don't even like this shade of red. I don't like how red-orange it is. It's so reddy orange, and it's just like, it's not punchy, but it's not soft. It's like there's nothing going on. It's the least impactful shade of red they could have gone with. The book has the spells that he throws out. This official guide from, oh no. I'm not gonna click on that, but that's fun. They were there the whole time and I never noticed. Well, of course you never noticed. Seeing as how this is the most fucking complicated design that's ever been. A million tiny bullshit details all on at his titties and up. Why would you ever be looking at his shoes when you've got to process like 23 belt ends that have been buckled down for no reason? I hate that there's orange and yellow, and this is a horrible shade of yellow. I hate this shade of yellow too. That shade of yellow and this shade of red, they're bad colors. It's a muddy, mustardy yellow and an unimpactful, muted, demure red. How to make your character look like they belong on a hot dog 101. Think the red should have been that darker red that Mikos wears. I can't remember who that is. It should have at least been this shade of red on the staff. That's a decent shade of red. An okay shade. But this red, it's heinous. Blech. Doing nothing. Nothing at all. He's lucky his weapon isn't in any of these screenshots. I'd shit on that all day too. That's actively, like, in a world where I'm #1 space cape hater. #1 space cape hater. This staff is still the worst part of this whole goddamn design. If this picture ended here, I'd be like, well, it's not that bad. But it doesn't. You gotta see the whole damn thing. You gotta see this nightmare. This floating bullshit nightmare of goofy doofy infinity sign arms. Like you think you're Jareth from Labyrinth. Why does it float like this? It's trying so hard to make him special. Trying so hard to make him special, he just ends up looking like a kid. A little kid who desperately wants attention. Bro was trying to look like the final boss so badly. It's just Asuka space cape. Space capes in general, that's a great idea. This space cape, horrible. The worst space cape I've ever seen. I'm gonna actually see if I can find a screenshot of his stupid staff. The shoes, they blow me away. The shoes are so befuddling. Like, how do you even decide on those? I think that's the thing. Is that I'm like, who chose this? Who was like, I think they should just be normal tennies. Normal old tennis shoes. And someone else went, yeah man, that sounds good. Like, I know I'm pretty taken with boots myself. I'm a big boots fan, but surely any other sort of shoe would have worked. Might as well, even putting him in flip-flops would have been better. At least that would have been like a little bit of interesting character. But no, that would have been too interesting, I suppose. This guy's staff is not real. The screenshots of it does not exist. This staff exists in his character artwork only. Bless you. Allison sneezed. Twiins types in Asuka's stupid staff. The mustard yellow is a fall color. But the summer yellow is, you know, we started to a good sentence there. And then it just stopped. I was following you. I was right there with you. Like, yeah, it is a fall color. Maybe he wears a basketball jersey and shorts under all that. You know what? That is enough to make me like the character a little bit more. That he's like got a whole getup, but underneath it all is just like, it's just fucking, what's his name from High School Musical doing his basketball bullshit. Fun fact, I've not actually watched High School Musical. I'm sure I'm not missing out on anything. But a couple of good songs. I hate that his eye is green. Just adds to all the color noise. And that his hair seems to be shaded. It's like actually like a very light pink. In a world where the rest of his outfit is just white. We've also got multiple shades of white. The jacket is white. But then like his robes, that's off-white. And then his hair is actually a very pale pink. Why can't they just do one color for things on a boy? Why do we need 3 different shades of gold? Why do we need 2 different shades of red? Why do we need 3 different shades of white? This is where we really test the boys. Really, yes, Troy Bolton. This is where we really, you know, separate the men from the littlies. If you see this character and you see 3 different shades of white, you got good eyes. Shooting time stretch. I will Google that. I hate that you were born with a different color than I like. Yeah, it's the truth. But really, moreover, hang on, what was it? Fucking guilty time stretch? Shooting time stretch. I was close. Shooting time stretch. Well, I'm not huge on this particular. Ew. His staff looks so bad. He makes this game look bad. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. This might be a really teeny weeny PNG. But let's transfer it on over. It is a teeny weeny PNG. We'll make it a little bit bigger. But look at how bad his staff looks. Ew. We'll just kind of scoot him over there. Yeah. Oh, wait, I got so much empty room over here. Nice. Okay. Look at how bad this looks. It looks unfinished. And again, the colors, it's also so too much. And oh, of course his attack is green. Gotta have the attack be not any of his primary colors. Of course. How foolish of me to assume differently. It got bad so fast. Same colors, different fonts. Exactly. Like, and then we got even more gold oranges. It's so much. It's too much. I hate all this brass. I hate all the danglies that move thickly. We got this belt. We got the jacket swishels. The jacket is billowing around like it's all in a Hydron collider. But then his robes are stock still. Like, come on, man. Choose one. Are you in the wind or not? He must be a bitch to animate. You know, my hands are honestly, you know, my hat's off to the animators for dealing with this. Because this does look like a lot. Asuka, you are finished! Runs away with his sneakers squeaking. That's what I think. If the attack was red, this would look a lot better. The green, I can understand using green to contrast the red. But instead, like, I'm thinking about this in action, trying to fight this guy. His moves would be so hard to read and predict because they're green. And you're kind of looking for all this white and red and purple. You're already You're already trying to find so many colors just to keep track of this guy. And now you're adding green to the mix. Which brings me back to hater point number, this one, that I hate his eye. And so, it's kind of twofold. One, I hate that it is green. And it just kind of, that acts as another way to put one more color on him. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. He has the whole rainbow on him. Especially in versions of the cape that are prettier. And it just feels unnecessary. And, oh my god, I don't know what I just did. I've opened something. Something I didn't want open. Alright, well, I'll handle that later. That's a Clip Studio Paint problem. But yeah, like, the green could have been really cool. But one, I don't like that the wings are pink, and then, so I understand it trying to be like, they're across the color palette from each other. But like, they kind of aren't. I don't like that they're both quite pale. You know, that that they're like the same value, but just different colors. I don't like that. And also the wings have the gold within them anyway, which also sort of ruins that nice idea. It would have been cool. The big thing is, I don't like how pale his eye is. If only because he's already very pale. He is a pasty boy with pale hair, wearing a pale outfit. His eye, you know, should pierce out at you, I say. The eyes are clearly a point of interest with the wings coming out of one of them. And especially if, like, that green of his eye is gonna end up being so relevant when it comes to some of his magical attacks. But it's just so pale that you barely see it. I mean, obviously you're already too busy looking at, you know, a million other things on this overly complicated design. But even when you go to pay attention to it, like, your eye does not jump to his eye, it jumps to the wings. But that's just because they're large, that they go over, like, the silhouette of his face. You are drawn to the silhouette of the wings, not the color of them. The thing that stands out at a distance, the thing that stands out the most on this character, are either these yellow elements, these yellow ugly crosses, or the red cross of his kimono, right in front and center. This space, you lose that space. Space becomes a backdrop. You look at this character, and he's got so much detail. All this bullshit going on his shoulders and head. And it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, that is what you see first. Forget the space, forget the crosses, forget the orange, forget the pendant, forget the chain, forget the pauldrons, forget the belts, forget the eyes, forget the wings, forget the white hair. At all, that's what you see. It all falls to the background to a chest that just happens to be the most saturated color on him. And it's like, you're gonna have such an overly complicated character design, and none of that complicated stuff is what you look at first. It's not the crosses, the staff, the fancy eyes. It's just that. This should have been the character. This is what the character is. At the end of the day, everything else, it's all just accessories around a character design. A fine design with a space background. And then they just kept adding shit on the edge. Like having a salad, but it's just like lettuce. And then next to the salad, you got some cherry tomatoes. And next to them, you've got some croutons. And next to that, you've got some avocado. Next to that, some shredded cheese. Next to that, a puddle of ranch. Next to that, some goldfish crackers. It's like, but you know, this part is still the salad. You gave me all the fixins to a good salad and just put it next to the lettuce that at the end of the day is still the salad. Boring, wet iceberg lettuce with a bunch of bullshit sitting around it. He's a happy meal. My picky ass would only eat the goldfish crackers. If I could only choose one thing from that lineup I just said, it'd be the avocado, but I like salad. Honestly, listing out a whole salad was a mistake. I'm just gonna make myself hungry. We just ate dinner too. I'm just a glutton. And the shoes still throw me off. And you know, it's okay to be the ugliest character design in a video game. Especially in a game like Strive, honestly. Because Strive's other characters, they all are pretty damn banging. Even at their worst, it's like, you know, it's pretty cool though. It's at least unique, recognizable to a degree. So, it's almost nice that the worst design in the game is like so bad. Because if it was just like kind of mid, you know, kind of just like, oh, it's just not quite as cool as the others, it'd be a little like, it'd be a little disappointing. Yeah, like Asuka is so bad that it makes everyone else feel so much better. If Asuka looked a little bit better, the whole grade would go down. It'd be like, Guilty Gear Strive, yeah, that's a game where the characters look pretty good. But since Asuka's such an outlier, you almost don't even include him when you're discussing how cool the characters look. It's like they made him this bad on purpose to be like, look, he looks really terrible. Doesn't that make everyone else look so much better, though? Sorry for gulping down my water like that. I guess I was dying of thirst. Drying out from spitting all this hot fire. Never felt older in my life. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end, yeah. He reminds me of kids. Of when kids just put random stuff on a character from those dress-up games. Yeah, and I really, you know, I go on and on. The cape is a cool idea. I will actually give it that. I kind of hate how thick it is, and I hate all these extracurricular bullshits going on around it. Like, the belt collar is incredibly dumb, and these pauldron things are kind of not adding anything all that great to it. But a cape with space on the inside, it's not a bad accessory. What doesn't help is that there's just kind of already so many colors going around on him. And, you know, what's funny is the color palette is deceptively too much. You know, you look at it at a glance and you're like, red, yellow, white, you know? Nothing special. Red, yellow, white, and then some space. Which is admittedly still, like, too much. But it's not super offensive. But once you sit down and figure out, like, how many different shades of yellow and orange there are, the fact that there are multiple shades of white on him, same color but in a different font, as someone said it, you know, that's when it starts to, like, really jostle your jimmies. And again, I hate the green. I do. If we wanted to have this, like, red, yellow, white character with a prominent green idea, then one, the wings should have either been yellow or red. And two, then you shouldn't have had the space. Having just the green stand out, like, make his eye brighter, and then go ham on this, like, green weaponry. Maybe include a green somewhere on him other than his eye. But even that wouldn't be necessary. It's the thing, it just feels, it's so close to almost being decent. But it just misses the mark so thoroughly. Yeah, if they had changed 3 different things. They had, like, 4 different ways they could have made this solid. But they didn't do any of them. And that's okay. You know, at the end of the day, the Guilty Gear Strive guys and gals, you know, all the people working on this game, you know, way more talented than I'll ever be. This art also, so I'm shitting on the design, mostly for gaffs. Again, to break character for a moment. Twiins choose being in a wind tunnel or not. Pick a struggle. Me choosing either being Balenciaga or Chanel. Why he looking like the party juices that everyone mixes different drinks to a mystery flavor? He really does. I don't know if I can say what that beverage is called. Around my parts. I know there are a few different ways to call, you know, getting a little bit of every drink. The galaxies are all different too, yeah, which is fascinating. And I don't like any version of them on him. I suppose I like the bluer one best because it kind of wanders into this tealy color, and that's what would have worked the best with him. But, you know, this purplier one, like, that's a prettier space, like, it just is. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. You all distracted me. Oh! Yeah, oh right, I was complimenting the game designers. First, they made a video game that's very successful and popular, and seems great. Like, Dylan Goo, I got the idea to do my ranking video because I just copied Dylan Goo. I'm gonna, you know, put it bluntly. He has a couple videos looking at the animations in Guilty Gear Strive, and they're amazing. They're phenomenal. And the soundtrack seems banging. Gameplay looks fun for a fighter. I'm not good at those, but, you know, it do look like a good fighting game. People seem to really enjoy it. And in terms of, you know, character design, I'm shitting on it, again, mostly for gaffs. This is incredibly well illustrated, first of all. This, you know, whoever their art team is doing a great job. Look at these hands. God damn. I'd give my left nut to be able to draw hands like this. And I don't even have one of those. So, yeah, it's illustrated well, even if I, personally, don't like some design choices. Because really, that is it at the end of the day. I just don't like some design choices. He is my least favorite in a lineup that is generally really solid. But yeah, like, my hats off to the artists and animators. They are clearly professionals. I am just, you know, one funny gal on the internet. If this is the worst they have to offer, then their portfolio is still better than mine. You know what I'm saying? I stand sophisticatedly here. I stand sophisticatedly there, exactly. Which alt color do you think looks best on him? The wiki didn't have the alt colors. Let's see if I can find that. Guilty Gear Strive Asuka alt colors. There was no efficient image, just with all the alts. So I'm gonna say none of them look good, clearly. That must be the truth. Oh wait, is this it? Nope. Yeah, no, I don't see an efficient way to go over alts. So... yeah, I don't know, don't like any of them. I see one that's got some black on it. So, but that's the thing, I don't know if they're real or not. I guess this one's pretty. If this is a fan-made one, it looks nice. If this is a real one, then it also looks nice. Yeah, that's a solid alt. Again, I don't know if it's real. Google Images was not being my pal, but I like the glow effect. It makes me wish that his normal outfit had like lights like that somewhere on it. That's real, then yeah, hell yeah. This, I fuck with this. This is Superfly. You put all this black and then space and then space glowy blue. This is what he should have just looked like all along. It's, you know, it's you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about, you know? God damn, this is so sick. It's got me thinking I ought to talk about everyone's alts. I just need to find a good way to see them all. That's the thing. Fun fact, the lead developer, Daisuke Ishiwatari, for the longest time in the series was the lead artist. What? Wow. Lead game composer and lead story writer. Wowie wow. It's nice that he was able to climb up the ladder and kind of keep a hold on a franchise that he's so invested in. Reducing the number of colors just makes the design better. It truly does, you know. It really do be just that simple. Sometimes if you're like, I don't know what to do about my character design. I feel like it looks bad. I don't know what to do. Try removing a color. Just pick one color, get rid of it. See what happens. Yeah, howdy Surge, welcome. I made this because, and I can explain this to Excalibur as well, because I got a comment that, and this was all in jest, saying that, the Asuka hate was so forced I'm convinced it was a front to rile people up, and I said that, the design is so ugly that there's nothing to force, I could do a whole stream hating on him. And then I was like, but wait, that would actually be really funny if I did actually do that, so... Hooray. I do hope that Siphon here, who left the original comment, I hope that they appreciate it. Even if they're like, wrong opinions. Send me a website that does show every color for all the characters in the server. Thank you, that'd be really cool. And then yeah, that means I can make another stream, cause also, and a couple of you were AWOL earlier in the stream as well. That VOD is doing very well. I can tell that someone must have shared it, like on a subreddit, because it's doing really well. And I do appreciate that. And it just, you know, a bunch of people were like, hope you do more Guilty Gear stuff, and you know what? I ain't opposed to looking at these characters and going, fuck yes, hell yeah. Oh no! I get to look at these cool character designs some more? Oh, heavens! Would recommend trying to draw your character from memory. Oh, that's pretty easy for me. Easy peasy, but as a comic artist, that's kind of a necessity. Seeing as how every page, you know, will have a handful of panels. You gotta be able to draw your characters from memory, quickly, and from multiple different angles. I'm not always good at doing all three of those, and if there's been some time, I'll be like, wait a minute, how's their hair go again? But, I'm also pretty good at making pretty simple character designs as well, though. Again, because, comic artist. It do be doing numbers. It seems, I think it's gonna be my first VOD to reach 1,000 views, which is mighty exciting. Twiins, if you think your character design is bad, just look at Asuka. They should respect the opinion. I'll admit that I personally don't agree with you, but I respect your perspective. Yeah. Oh, and I'll also make sure I, double down on, this guy was, you know, clearly just, you know, having a laugh. He took my comment in good humor. You know, subscribed. So, no actual hard feelings or anything. Everyone in the, even the people disagreeing with me, like, no one's been mean or anything. So, and, you know, a lot of my content is me giving my opinions. When you're making ranking videos and, you know, tier lists for a good amount of your content, you get pretty used to jostling people's opinions. And for the most part, so you know what is the easiest way to reduce the fire if someone is like, man, I like this thing. This is so rude of you. I like that guy, yeah, or whatever. To just be like, hey, that's okay. That just means you don't need to worry about sharing. And they go, yeah, it's true. So, yeah, that's my little, you just activated my trap card. You don't need to share him with me. Basically, you can also figure out what details are actually necessary and which ones aren't. It's true. It do be true. It do be true. When recolor has better look the official. I know, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? With fighting games, looking at the static canon design is important, I think. But honestly, recolors do play a huge role in fighting games. Like, who plays as default Donkey Kong? Because I know I certainly don't. If I'm playing Smash, I play as the Donkey Kong with white fur. Maybe, like, some characters I choose the default skin. Banjo-Kazooie, default skin, all the way. I tend to prefer default skin for Pokemon just because it weirds me out when they're not the right color. Unless it's a shiny option. But like, even Link or Zelda, I have no, like, you know, I'll fuck around and be like, let's go with purple dress Zelda instead of normal Zelda. Don't think I've ever played normal color Luigi or Mario, and you know, I'm just a normie who plays Smash. But recolors play a huge role in fighting games and how you play and how you play against other people. So Inkling is just different characters. I choose the purple one. I've learned some internet etiquette. Thank you, Twiins. You're welcome. Often the easiest thing when on the internet and you don't feel like arguing with someone is to just basically say, yeah, you're right. And then they go, yeah, I am. Cool. Sorry. You know? Rooflemonger put it best. What a name. To paraphrase, your character is not unique, but your character with your color is. That is so yes. That's so yes. That's so yes. I can't even think of a grammatically correct way to say that. Freedom of expression is important, so I'm quite excited to check out the other recolors and probably do a stream on that at some point in the not too dang distant future. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk, shitting on Asuka's design. And hey, Siphon, if you are watching this VOD, I do appreciate it. Thanks for being here. I hope you can tolerate me not often talking about fighting games. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Fun stuff, if I do say so myself. I always love breaking down things pedantically. So I'll see you all on the flip side. Glad I caught the lasting minutes. Me too. It's nice to have someone with a link to the good alts, because otherwise I'd be really boned. Eat your vegetables, drink your water, make smart choices. Pet your cats, pet your dogs. Go give a family member a high five. That's an order.